Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's kind of a little bit of a different background today. That's because this video is kind of revolving around the general topic of of weddings in general. So I thought it'd be nice to have some pictures in the background from my wedding. So as you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about, do you need to hire a pro makeup artist for your wedding? And the answer is complicated. Like, it's not a yes no answer. So I'm going to start by saying I am not a pro makeup artist, obviously. And I'm also going to expand on that and just say I did not hire a pro makeup artist for my wedding. Do I regret that decision? I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But basically, to sum up at the beginning, just an overview is it's really a personal preference thing. For some girls, like, firstly, how confident are you in your makeup skills? Just personally. Like, if you feel like you are maybe not a pro makeup artist, but you're like really damn good at makeup, then I don't think you really need to pay all that extra money to have a professional makeup artist come in to do your wedding makeup. If you're happy with how it looks when you do your own makeup, just make sure you practice a look, like a bridal look, not just once, but like do it for like a whole week before your wedding and just perfect the look. And I think you'd be totally fine to do your own makeup at your wedding. But another factor to consider, aside from just your skill level, is budget, of course. Like, if you're pretty good at makeup and you're trying to keep your budget like relatively manageable for your wedding, one easy area to cut from the budget is spending money on a pro makeup artist, because like it may not be the highest ticket item. I mean, it definitely won't be the highest ticket item for your wedding, but they're not like cheap either. Like, I mean, you're paying a lot of money a lot of the time for like a pro makeup artist to do your makeup for your wedding. So if you're trying to cut back on money, then I would highly recommend maybe just watching some YouTube tutorials on some really nice bridal looks that you like, and just practice like leading up to your wedding. And by the time your wedding comes along, like, you'll probably be pretty confident that you can create like a really beautiful look for your wedding. And then the last thing to really take into account is how important is the wedding to you. And because, I mean, this is kind of, I don't know, this is kind of a weird topic, but like some girls really are all about their wedding. Like, it's their day, and it's like I hate to say bridezilla, but like some girls take it so over the top. Like, everything, they eat, sleep, and breathe wedding until their wedding day, and it's like just the only thing on their mind for leading up to the wedding. Like, it's the best day of their life. And I'm not trying to like rain on the parade of those kind of people. Like, if you're into that, if you're really like keyed up about your wedding and you really want to make it like a perfect day and everything, then maybe it is worth it to like spend the extra money to hire a makeup artist for your wedding. I think maybe if that's you, you should maybe do a little bit of soul searching as to why the wedding itself is so important to you, because I think that's a little bit unhealthy. Like, when you get married, yeah, you want to have a nice wedding, but it's not just about the wedding. I mean, the wedding is just one day, and then after that you're married to this person. So if you're really like just stoked about your wedding because of the wedding, that's a little bit concerning, but that's a whole other topic. So I know I'm not giving a yes no answer to like whether or not you need a pro makeup artist for your wedding, but I'm just kind of giving you some avenues of thought, like what to think about when you're making the decision, because really it is your decision if you want to get a pro makeup artist or not. I just think, after having planned a wedding myself, there's a lot of other areas in terms of where to allocate funds for a wedding that I personally prioritized over professional makeup, because I felt like there were other more important things. Like, I wanted to spend a little more money on my dress, or I wanted to spend a little more money on, here, this, that, and like the venue and this and whatever else. And So like when it came down to it, like the makeup aspect of it was just something I felt okay about my skill level. Like I said, I'm not pro or anything, but I felt like I would be confident and I would feel beautiful if I did my own makeup, because I was already getting like a very nice dress. I was getting my hair professionally done. I was getting, like I had a photographer that was going to make me look gorgeous anyway. So like I just felt like the makeup thing was one area where I could really make things like, minimalist when it came to that. I did splurge and buy like some nice makeup products that I could use, but that was still like, that was just something I would at least be able to continue to enjoy that after the actual wedding day. It wasn't just like whereas where you pay for like a professional makeup artist, like they do your makeup for that day, and yes, you look like amazing for one day, but then you wash it off your face, and then that money is just gone. So like at least when you're buying your own makeup to use for your wedding, like it's still an expense, but it's an expense like with value attached to it. Like you can continue using those products. So those are my thoughts on whether or not you need a professional makeup artist for your wedding. Like I said, I decided against it. And as for do I regret it? No, I don't regret it. Looking back, I wish I kind of did my makeup a little bit differently than I did, because I was a little bit worried about doing anything too out there for my makeup, because it was bridal, so I wanted it to be very neutral, and so I went with like browns. And I don't dislike how it looked. Like I actually really like it, and I put fake eyelashes on and stuff, and it turned out good. I love how it looked and everything, but I also got married in the middle of the summer, so it was very hot, and I was like sweating, and it was just like I felt like really kind of like, I don't know if you can see in this one picture right here that I have that weird string of hair across my face, because like I was just sweating so much that my hair was just but that's a whole nother story. Overall, no, I don't regret passing on getting a professional makeup artist. That being said, I have friends who don't get into makeup as much as I do. They just do like the basics for work and stuff, and they're not like super enthusiastic about makeup, and they hired professionals to do their makeup for their weddings, and they said 100% it was worth it. They would absolutely do it again. Like it was worth the money and everything. So it all depends on your own, all these factors that go into it. If you want, I can do another, because I work in the industry, I'm a wedding photographer. So if you want, I can do another video if you guys are interested, just more about weddings. I mean, I'm trying to keep this relevant to my channel, so that's why I'm talking about the makeup aspect. But if you're interested in hearing like maybe a story time about my wedding, or if you want some just advice about wedding planning, or like how to save money, like when you're planning a wedding, things like that, like I can do another video on that. I feel like it's not really relevant to this channel, so I might just keep that on the back burner, and then if enough people want it, maybe I'll do it. But for now, I'm just trying to keep it relevant. So hopefully this helped you guys with your decision on whether or not to do your own makeup for your wedding or hire a professional. I just want to leave you with one last thought, and this is it's about whether or not to spend money on a makeup artist, but it's really about whether or not to spend money on anything in general relating to a wedding, like whether or not it's worth it to spend a bunch of money. And I just want to leave you with something to consider, and that is that, oh, hello, that's my kitty right down there. I want to leave you with the thought that when all is said and done and everything's paid for and all the money's out the door, and you've worked so hard to earn a bunch of money to pay for a beautiful wedding, and you've paid for it and it's done and it's over, just remember that like it's just one day. And yes, you want to make a really nice day for your family and friends, and you want to make it beautiful, and you want it to be memorable and all those things, but try not to get too sucked into the hype of blowing a ton of money on everything wedding related. Like I feel like there's a few key areas where you may want to splurge, but like don't go super top of the line. Unless you've got the money, then go for it, but like don't go super top of the line with absolutely every aspect of your wedding, like from venue to dress to hairstylist to photographer, videographer, like accessories, shoes. Like you don't need to do that. You just really do not. And I feel like that will be a regret, because once the day is over, the money's gone, and now you're gonna just be thinking, I could have used that money to put like a down payment on a house, and there's like a lot of other things in life that are more important than a wedding. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and I work in the industry, so for me to say that is, it's just, I love beautiful weddings. I love when people have the money to spend. All I'm saying is, if you don't have the money, do not go into debt over a wedding. Like, make it something within what you can afford and make the most out of that. And I think things like photography or videography, for example, and I know I'm biased by saying this because that's what I do for a living, but I think that is one area where you really should invest, because that's at least one area where when the day is over, you at least still have the pictures and you still have the video. But everything else, it's like, are you ever going to wear the dress again? No. Are you ever going to, like, the makeup's washed off, everything's over, and what do you have left? And all you really have is the memories, and that is captured within the photos and video. So those are a couple of areas where I feel like it is a worthwhile investment, because it's not a one day, one and done thing. It's something you have for your lifetime to look back on. But anyway, I hope this helped you guys in terms of just thinking about wedding planning and makeup for your wedding, because obviously if you're watching my channel, you're probably interested in makeup. So that's all I have to say on that topic, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.